Hello, rail friends, and thanks for being with us on this holiday weekend as it draws to a close. Mrs. S is with us today, and we're headed on over to dinner. And before the holiday snuck away and it was just a memory, we thought we'd stop here in Ooltewah at one of our favorite spots, where just on the other side of that tree you can see the sun beaming through as it sets into the west. We're here at the 227 milepost, and as you just heard, we had a eastbound on approach that broke the 230, and the defect detector was all clear on him. So, assuming that he's got green signal, he should be rolling past us momentarily. We're at a point, it's such an interesting spot. As CSX, we're not that far from the CSX line, so we're able to hear them on the scanner. And you can see the signal indication post. We are double track at this point, and it's a very interesting scenario here, and why it's such a favorite spot for people to rail fan in, because at this point, and as you saw when we did the Weight of the World, when 4822 came through here, we filmed that not too far back. We actually had a 3-train meet. So if the train is coming from your right, going towards this signal indication, right before you go over Little Debbie Parkway, the train can diverge to the left or to... Anyway, and we got horn. Yeah, there's a rail fan there at the crossing. Like I said, this is a popular spot, but here we go. Rail action. And right there, as you saw, just what we were speaking about, when he arrived to us, he was on the track closest to us. And right there, underneath that signal post, is one of the switch points that lays there. So he diverged from left to the right track at that point, and he's now up at Railroad Avenue, just on the other side of Little Debbie, where the old water tower is there in Ooltewah, where the old Ooltewah depot used to sit. And he's going to be bending off to the right and on his way to Atlanta. Next stop, Collegedale, then Appleton. You go past Long, which many of you know is another favorite spot to railfan in that we've talked about. And then he'll go on down through Cohutta, Varnell, and Dalton, and Rome. And that will be his path as he makes his way to Atlanta. Like I said, we're on our way to dinner. It's been a holiday weekend. Hope everybody's had a fantastic holiday. As you can see, this is the spot that folks love to railfan in. And we have somebody that's hanging out with us down there at the crossing. I'll go ahead and pan you out so you can get a better view of the area. There. That used to be a road through, and this whole area right here, people have lined up for, and I've spoken with many of them, for the last 40 years. This has been a spot where many have shared a story, a picture, hung out. Saturday mornings, this used to be one of the spots to go to, they told me. And once they put Little Debbie Parkway in, that road was closed off. As I understood, it went through the trees, bent over to the left, went on the other side of those trees that you see now. And for those of you who have been here in the past, probably a lot of that has grown up, and it used to go over there, right on the other side of that damaged control box you see, where something has brutally caved the side of it in, is Little Debbie's Parkway. And on the other side, you'll be in Ooltewah, where once you get to the Y over there, you'll make the bend, go up go up Knoxville West End, go up and see our friend Jesse up in Junction City, or make a right and head down to see our friend Warren there at Long. So like I said, this is just an incredible spot where you get all of our far end traffic that comes in. And if you go down that track, that will take you to Citico Junction, which is Brown. And at that point, you'll be going west. And when you get there, you'll either make a right and go north across the C&O and TP up to Cincinnati, or a left, take you past Coffee's Cliff, where we start out every Sunday morning, and into the north end of the DeBuck's Yard. While you pass east-west through the DeBuck's Yard, you come out the north end or the south end, is what they call it. So confuses me, but I wrote it down so I don't forget. So, now that the sun isn't blasting right into, I'm going to go ahead and give you all a little move. So, excuse the trimmer. Give you a new viewpoint. And let's set you down as gentle as possible. Gonna have to get you all straightened up here again. So, we just moved a little further up the hill. Make sure we're pretty good shape there. And there is a look westward. Now, it wasn't all that long ago that if you came and stood here, you would hardly see any of that track. But the helicopter gave those railroad tracks a haircut. And if you want to know how that's done or how incredible it is, check out our recent video, Saw in the Sky, and you'll see exactly how the team works together to open up each side and clear away the tree lines so the engineers and conductors have a good view, and nothing is close without them seeing it ahead of time. It's an incredible difference. And if you take a moment and watch that video, Saw in the Sky, it takes place on this same line, this same NS line, after train goes through here and makes the right up on the other side there, hits the Atlanta North District, and down by Cohutta and Varnell, we filmed both takeoff, landing, cutting, the excavator that works down below in unison with them, and the ground guy that makes sure when those huge, massive saw blades drop down out of the sky that he doesn't catch anything. And the ground guy will take a red ribbon about, it looked like probably 12 feet long, and he ties it to anything down on the ground, be it, for example, as you see right there, the milepost. He attaches that so up above, the chopper pilot, as he's working, does not get close to anything of metallic or dangerous values, such as a sign pole. There's quite a few things that he marks, all the whistle boards. So as they're working, before you see it, it's a bunch of trees. After you see it, it's less trees and a whole bunch of pink ribbons. So, and not too long ago, we filmed The Weight of the World, 4822. Hello, Cody. How are you tonight? Thanks for hopping on. We thought we'd do a little quick sunset show. To end the holiday weekend as the sun sets to our west. We're on our way to dinner and haven't talked to you guys in since yesterday morning, so I thought we'd just jump on. CSX 3415 going through Tunnel Hill, is it? I've been watching, being lazy today and just doing some stuff around the house and some notes and what have you. And CSX has been relatively busy concerning the holiday and everything. I failed to get up in time. We tried to find 4822 last night. Didn't have a whole lot of luck. CNO and TP coming south. There was a lot of traffic on, backed up. They were sitting at Hamel, Sweetwater, not Sweetwater, Spring City, and Bakewell. All three places had trains, and there was one more up by Dayton. So there was a lot of southbound traffic. Mrs. S and I, we went looking for it, and we couldn't find it anywhere last night. So this morning, before I could get myself motivated and see if there's any reports, which there were none whatsoever on it, and nobody seemed to know when it was coming or where it was going, it snuck out this end of town, went right past here this morning, and then went south, and at 10 o'clock this morning, it passed Dalton, and is now past the Atlanta Tower and on below from there. So we got one rail fan hanging out with us. We're hanging out. I'm going to move production unit 6 up here. Mrs. S is guarding it. Scanner's on the tailgate. So you guys monitor that for a moment, and I'll get us the scanner back so we can hear what's going on next.
Southern, milepost 230.3. Track 2, no defects.
As he makes his way westbound, and the 230 is just 3 miles from where we are. That is the 227 milepost right there. Cody just left us and he's running off to catch the CSX there in Tunnel Hill. CSX 3415. And like I said, our holiday weekend is coming to an end as the sun slowly sets over there to the west. Possibly you can hear the traffic off of Interstate 75. It's just, half a mile from where we are. Scanner traffic that you're listening to is a combination of probably the yard we can still hear from here. We can hear CSX from here, and we can hear our trains from here. So we're going to hang out for a little bit, let you enjoy the serenity and the peacefulness of the area where we are. Like I said, fantastic place. And right across behind us, we're on a dead-end road here currently, is the Ooltewah Cemetery. It's both very, very old and new mixed in there. Family members over many, many, many decades. It goes back in there a ways. The old wrought iron fencing. No idea how old that might be. Down in Ringgold, some of the Confederate grave sites, or the Confederate grave site that's there, and there's some areas downtown that they're back into the late 1800s, 1860. They have fencing just like that. And like I said, we're off the beaten path. It's not unusual to see one of everything here, be it a squirrel, raccoon, deer, and just at the other end of this road, it is a dead-end road, so there's hardly ever any traffic up here because other than going to the cemetery or coming to watch a train, there's nothing up here. At this point, you're looking to the east, where we had that one just come out, and he must have been holding for the signal because, as you saw, he was pouring the fuel tour as he made a trail of smoke all the way down. Just beautiful set of woods, won't be long. And we're gonna have colors as those leaves begin to change. We are gonna hang out here for just a little bit more while we still have light. Hope we can make this a 3-pack before we head off. Oh, look at there. See what I see on the rail? We have glow, as Cody would say, and many other of you. That is not the sunset on that rail.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 230.3. Track 1, no defects.
And there's the defect detector to 230. And our last train going west, that would have been him. And not sure where ours is going that just passed us. Like I said, there's a look off into the west at the sunset. And that was a huge wave from him. Was that not just cool? It wasn't one of those kind of wiggle the hand thing. That was an all-out holiday hello wave to Railfans. So that was really, really awesome of him. Like I said, we have another Railfan person hanging out here. So I'm going to leave you there on the curve. You guys listen to the scanner. I'm going to walk down here and check the signals. Like I said, we're only going to hang out a little bit longer. Just like I said, we're on Mrs. S is with us. And I promised her dinner if she'd go along with a little stop to hang out with y'all for a moment. Like I said, it's been all the way since yesterday morning that we all hung out. And that's what this is. Hanging out. Having fun. And while she's only about 4'9", you can see a little hand over there waving. Yeah, there you go. Ex-Mrs. S waving to you. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, she's giving us a report. Oh, she's giving us a report that there is another eastbound coming at us. And we got a pair of NS locomotives pulling it up on the front side. So we're going to hang out and make that our last train. So you guys listen for the scanner at the 230.2. That means he'll be here. Generally from where he's at down by TVRM, it's a 12-minute run. So let's see if we've got what color track we have, or what signal indication we have, which track he's going to be on. And then we're going to make it a 4-pack and call it a night and head to the City Cafe, where if you guys have not eaten, she scared me. Ay, ay, ay. The little ninja snuck up on me. Oh, and she thinks it's humorous, obviously.
I was telling you there's a really cool graffiti on these. Sorry.
We have a graffiti-filled train coming our way as the ninja snuck up on me.
I thought you saw it.
Hopefully it won't get too dark on us. Where we're going to hang out for that eastbound before we call tonight. Let's see if he's got green indication yet. And listen for the 230.2, and you'll know that he is less than 3 miles away. And we're going to stay right there and watch our holiday period become sunset and gone.
DP in the right spot up. Okay. So, good power, good fuel, everything calendar day, not a key train ready to come south, no working route. That right up. Save my indication. I'm ready for you if you're ready to go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Says IKC dispatcher Jacksonville is out.
Such a peaceful setting here. Almost getting dark enough that we can see the signal indications. Like I said, we hope to catch number 4 before we call it the end of the holiday.
Houston dispatch, you're 102 over. Sir, lead engine and location over. Alright, here we go.
He's talking train clown like 102. And you can just start to see the colors now that the sun is setting. You can just pick out the colors on the signal indication boards. Now, because that train comes around that curve that you've been looking at, those are angled away from us. So when the engineer and conductor make that turn, they got a clear straight line of sight where we're off to the side with it turned away from us as well. So, but since it is getting dark on us here, as we wait for number 4 to approach, which we know he's on his way because we saw him, our spotter in charge, saw him coming westbound. And I said Joey X about 12 minutes out at that point. And since everybody else is kind of gone, and it has been rather light traffic today, he should be able to come rolling right on through. As we swing back to the sunset here, overlooking the NS curve, right in front of the 227 milepost. So we should be able to see when he gets green, now that X-Sun is starting to roll down. And then right after him, we're headed off to dinner at City Cafe. So we're gonna hang out for one more. Hopefully he'll be here shortly and it doesn't get too dark because there's not a single light where we are. And it kind of takes all the fun out of it if all you can see is just the headlight go by. Can't even see him wave at us. And since we weren't planning on being out late, we don't have the incidental lights with us tonight, so the swallows are out though, catching bugs. And the mosquitoes are out catching Mike. We do have horn. We have horn from the left. Can't hear ya.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 230.3. Track 2, no defects.
Can I catch a ride?
No, sorry, I got my wife and the truck's full.
Okay, I can ride in the back.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just going over the track. Thank you.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 230.3. Track 2, no defects.
All right, that will be our eastbound that we were talking about, just passing the defect detector. So we're going to hold for him, and we have green signal indication at this time. And you can see it up on the board. So he is going to diverge from the inside, the track closest to us, to the right track, and he's going to make his way south after he goes past the Y and the water tower. Down to Atlanta. So, we'll sit tight there for a moment. Like I said, we know that is train number 5 coming at us, and then we are going to call it a night and bring this holiday to a close, and we're going to go off and get dinner. That train is in Tunnel Hill. Cody was on his way to go catch him. He's talking about CSXT 3415. Which is on train CSXT 907, traveling south, and he went through Tunnel Hill 9 minutes ago. So if you're in Dalton, you should see him any moment. Send him a briefcase. Down there. So like I said, Cody's off chasing him. You're watching that green signal indication. As we know, our eastbound has already broke. Has already crossed over the defect detector coming our way, and here comes our night. Last train of the night. Glowing's on the corner. Norfolk Southern. Eastbound here in just outside Ooltewah. At this incredibly famous spot to railfan. And into the distance goes train number 5. So, 9-day ERA. Everyone, thank you for being with us here on Rail Moments, where we bring this holiday period to a close. 4 regs on top. The sun gone into the west. From Casey and I to all of you, thanks for being with us here on Rail Moments. We will be back tomorrow night, trackside, for Trackside Tuesday, Under the Stars. So, make plans to hang out with us. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do. And for those of you south of us, CSXT 3415 has gone through Tunnel Hill and is on his way to Dalton, and you should see him momentarily. So, thanks for being with us. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. And may you and your family enjoy what's left of today's holiday. Whoop, I saw somebody just jump on as I was hitting the off button there. Hello, John. We just finished train number 5. Mrs. S is with me, and we're getting ready to take her to dinner. Since there are no lights where we are tonight at this spot, we are now out of light. That was train 5, and we are saying thank you, good night, goodbye, and hope you all had a fantastic holiday. Thanks for being with Casey and I.